Hello everyone, Nicholastranscends here, Genevieve and Bo the kitty on the other side. So, I know you might be watching this in the future, so welcome. Hi Genevieve.
Hey, give me a second because I can't be multitasking as I put the.
I see
not
you.
that, not that savvy. Hit the.
So, I'll make some happy faces and welcome back. Bam! Some hearts. Oh, we got 5 on the chat.
I gotta look at that.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my phone. Hi everyone. Oh.
Hey, Dustin Brad, love frequencies. Hi, Alyssa.
Dustin. He's the cutest little puppy.
I know, the eyes, eh?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah. The smooth energy, too. Just so soft.
I just recently caught on to Dustin. Yeah, I just saw the name in the chat, and I was like, who is this guy? He's really cool. So,
yeah.
welcome,
Dustin's
Dustin.
been part of my channel since I think the first, if not maybe 2.
Wow.
Of like my channel, and with the just always the positive exchanges, and one of the people the flow is just pure and amazing, and the trust, the building, just like for real. Yeah.
It's nice.
California energy is Dustin Brad.
That's it's like a grounded. California is such an interesting place. I've noticed a lot of people that have been there for a very long time are choosing to leave.
Yeah, well,
could just
a lot
be the time.
of it isn't really about it being California, right? It's about being brought back to your roots. So when we put a third dimensional perspective, I don't want to be here anymore, California, but they're being guided back to their ancestral roots most of the time. Or true dreams that are really soul callings of places elsewhere they're meant to be. So it's kind of a story of, California instead of the, what's next? You know what I mean? Like, it depends on your perspective of how you describe any situation, because some people, like, you know what I mean? About, it's awesome. I believe it's the rerouting of the natural places that people are meant to be.
Yeah.
How many people living there forever? No, or blah, 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 right? It's time, and there's times.
Yeah, and
if we were all where our... Can you imagine just that frequency?
Right, but from a place of want, like instead of like a necessity, because people, I feel like we're all kind of stuck in a survival mode.
Oh.
So once we're not in thrive in a way we've never known as a species.
I was thinking earlier this afternoon how when you have been a self-sufficient soul, truly doing the work, doesn't matter how much time, but aligned within, like the self-sufficiency of self, the self-love, the self-cherishing. Some people have never been cherished, even now, for real, to what they really, right?
Yeah.
But you just need to, a little bit of sprinkling of love grows, like amplified.
Right. Like you giving them love, and then they're taking what you gave them personally, and then they're creating something with it that they didn't have before, but it was already there as a.
Well, choosing love over hate when we have a feeling. You can be in like super anger and everything of the world, like your worst things happen to you that are really bad. Your reaction and choose, right, to live that. You can right away be in the most traumatic situation, but feel surrounded, safe, and everything because of how your joy of just, I'm accepting this. And when you don't resist certain help, and when certain, you're asked, you know what I mean? Like the flow, because most of it is accepting the situations for what are, the resistance to the free will of what others are choosing. Because one of our most chaotic things that bring us to our knees to transcend, to pass over. But if we're aligned and we really believe that we're always eternal, then it's a different mindset.
Especially from that beautiful higher self perspective.
Yeah, you know, the anchoring in of have everything just around, all frequency, you know, let go of the needing of avatar packages. Like just in simple, really choosing to live things through YouTube has made it that I have no avatar package nearby, and important things and magical things and miraculous things all the time, like in a flow.
Is the audio better yet, Dustin? Dustin just says the audio was cutting out on his end.
Aw.
Yeah, it is a beautiful thing.
It really is.
Person's ability to create things they want has to do with their location, like where they live.
I think that everyone's different, so culture, like culturally and seasonal, follow a body towards land masses that support certain temperatures, whereas other people feel oak tree that generationally they don't have that thing inside. They're not Moana, and it's not because they're afraid. They already have home.
Right.
They don't wish to run away. So you have people who would wish to run away since birth almost, or I don't belong here. Some people don't have a wanderlust to move, but they're the anchors that imagine. Do you know Santiago de Compostela, like the routes in Europe where people do pilgrimages?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can imagine.
Generationally have been seeing like generations of pilgrims go by, and it's like the part of their soul mission to be there to wash. And some other people were born into that family and they're like, are you kidding me? I'm out of this town like before, like yeah. I'm gone.
Yeah.
But the soul mission with landmass for sure.
Right. I feel that way. Yep.
Yeah. So that's why that when we say the release of a full circle of certain timelines of playing certain roles in our life, where the release of where we really is important. Because what we said earlier, how do I say it? First of all, the new stories have to start getting written some mode of something, and home takes away survival mode. And part of home is feel light. It's everything, all encompassing, heaven on earth, Eden, slices of it until everything becomes
Yeah, like a cohesive, like organism that can work in unison, like for the bigger picture.
Yeah. I met an oracle in 2011 because I was pregnant with Lily Rose, right my beginnings. She literally was guided to me. And like she said, her soul contracts were so strong and true that people stepped into her life, and there's certain things she didn't have to do anymore to provide for herself on so many levels, that mission, purpose, base level, someone was with her at all times. Yeah. Because she was so oracle that people came in for the soul mission of it early because of all she lived too. Like karma pays back, where it was part of her, her journey. But in the knowing that the stupid have the most activations is when there's land and the water and the sky changes. Like, dude, I have been sidekick in so many years that, like, even if I'm what I can allow into me compared to because I'm driving, and I do. I'm an expert download driver, but whole other level to be sidekick.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of trip 4 months, there's stuff I still haven't integrated yet in certain ways because, the mama bear on the road and feel safe or where I was meant to be, like, ever. But I was always driving. I was always having to, in between, take a breath. Never like complete shields down. And I say that, but I spent some time in New Brunswick with family. So for a period of days, like, oh yeah, shields so down. I was like, Jetto. In a settings where people just do certain things. And in the way I say it, it sounds like she needed caregivers. No. People live together, people do stuff, people travel together. You don't just let somebody go off on a fucking road trip by themselves. There's 2, sometimes 4. It's a journey. It's a thing that meant to go goes.
Yeah. And then you see
so
all
her
kinds of
ability
stuff.
to not be in survival mode at any time, except for when her fight or flight kicks in. But that's just normal. When you have only your load to bear, I met her that way, where her body told her, like, turn around, rise. And boom, like she got out of the car and she's like, oh, it's you. And she looks at Michael, her dude, and not her dude, but you can call me out, bodyguard, person, spiritual, and says it's because of her we're here. Could you just she went back down.
Wow.
Like, you're not. So instead of not integrating what she needed, he's there to say exactly, like, passing through to go to, like, solstice, from New Mexico, church. I was just like, oh, where did I love these times? Nature appears, and when I do, it's really,
yeah, for sure. Like,
so the knowing, and that's what she said, is this is what we're heading for, as there is finding our connections to empower each other, and then to build, rebuild, redo. Do you have, I know you do, but anything like that where, like, it's not just meeting, like, I turn around for you?
Well, my most of time in my life was after I had gotten into rehab. That's when I first started to find all these new spiritual routes. Like you were saying, like somebody to teach me. But then I finally became the teacher. I mean, I finally found the teachers,
Yeah.
and I started to actually like dig deeper into myself to see how I could benefit from. So that's when I found like there was a good influential man, like he was the yoga and the yoga program, a couple other people. So he was just always so funny. Like he'll say, "Oh yeah, drop down your dinosaur tails and life," and he'll tell you to expand your presence, and you know, we would sit down. He would have us sway like a tree, like with our eyes closed, like just to connect with the earth, you know, with the earth like that. So it was really tough, especially when you
But
think somebody's, what was
the
it?
length and the words and the flow and the cadence of his voice.
Yeah.
And that's it. You can't just fake a teacher. Like, you can have people who want to tell you things, but unless all of a certain thing, you know, and that's where I think we're so blessed right now. Frequencies and energies and things are so elevated to just be the beacon, and the resistance of, you know, certain things is just, it doesn't feel good. It's not, you know, and the resistance, because that feel good. The more that there's a consistency to my live streams, and just because the time frames, it really is a gathering, and the flow. You do talk, you don't talk. When I say to for people like welcome, and sometimes like pushy, a little bit triggery, maybe
Necessary.
it's important.
It's necessary too.
It's, you know what? It's about the cadence of the voice, and we're not. I don't see it as tough love anymore. I see it as, I respond to certain things. Like, you elevate me when you comment, because you speak how you speak, for real, throwing in little things that like click click click, like the bluebird, and then, you know, just little stuff. But the fact that you can amplify like cap locks, fucks once in a while, like, you know, it's the glitch. Or certain people, we talk certain ways in order to like took like shake, because that's what I didn't come from. What I don't, you know, watch this kind of stuff. I don't, you know, the most I've ever done is like Fascinating Fairy. She woke me to what light language was and movement. So there's a flow and a trust. I don't just watch light language stuff, and when I did is when I allowed, like, it wasn't good for me in the moment. Does that mean I never will? No. But for me, just, we have a connection, and she just goes off. Me not know if she's signing, she's this, she's that, because her flow, even when she's alone, all this stuff, like, and I get it, and I flow with it, and there's no, like, it's not like this, it's like this. So,
Yeah. You see, I could tell the difference of like where I live, like where I came from. What we learned was like to protect ourselves from each other. It was like I could see the difference in you. You're like there's something like when I think about the opportunity to like reconsider like what they were displaying where I was from when I was a kid, like from being from a different place can affect like the way that your perspective is
but,
like.
you know, my big fucking, well, an amalgam of Canada in a way that only, and not even, because army and, you know, military, them. They have like, you know, a dance to go to, a housewife bring in lunch, and da 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 da. When you just move across Canada into different little burgs and little places or like big cities and all these different things, 14. Do you know how many perspectives of schools of this is how we do this, Miss Barrett,
Ay, ay, ay.
Michelle, you know, and it,
I got you on that.
The rules are changing everywhere, your house and this and that. And
Herself.
So yeah, my perspective since childhood has always had to be just flow into what community you're in, man.
That's for sure,
everywhere.
Yeah. Definitely did. I did well in the place I grew up. Like for what I was seeing around me, I would definitely say I did really well. But like I'm trying to consider like how a smaller city, right? Like how different it was just to go from a big city to a smaller city. And now I'm like trying to get into the woods. Like I just don't want to be in the city anymore. Where you find community, because it seems like I don't even know my neighbors. I've lived here for 3 years.
I love you for saying that, Nicholas, because everybody seems to think that if you have an open heart and you're really, you know, no, we're meant to be so shit. I've been here for 3 months and I don't even see half my neighbors. Like
who knows who they are or what they do.
Not that they're non-player. Oh, I can see their homes make me feel safe. I'm so damn safe here.
Yep.
How I feel compared to where my body was before.
Right.
So, but I say I don't see. I do, because I can feel like there's a serenity here on this. Where I am.
When I see the videos that you post out your window and like when you're outside with the beautiful tree next to your house, like
it's like that quaint, like just neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
And
with privacy. Like your porch, it's like it seems like your porch is high.
A little bit, and then yeah, just enough. And I wish it was a little higher just to see more of the view. But
climb up in the tree.
It's just little, but it's.
Yeah, it works out nice. I'm really glad you got that nice place.
You know what? I went to college in this town, and so many wishes we make, and you know, I came back to here. In the whole 4 years I lived in Calendar Bay, 20 minutes, I just passed through this area all the time. But now that I'm here, all the stuff that I lived when I was in college and the memories of not stuff I did, because I'm not a big doer of activities and my wishes, where I would drive, where I would go, where I hung out, where I lived, certain things of emotion. Where I heard a song on the first time on the corner was right over there, and it's like that flashes me because the song. So you know that sweet mystery of like serendipity of life, and
yeah,
yeah,
it gets easily overlooked.
Most like people who like either homeless or coming in for the services of anybody who's in need. And that's a protection feeling inside, because the to be in any state that's not like Matrix lived, the safe, it's like my soldiers around. A lady was walking down the street today and she's just like talking to herself, and I was just, it's like that knowing, like she's the angel person. Like I'm not judging that I'm here, and it's not scared. It's just not walk around time for my angels, and just like recognize for real. It's not the banker with the tie at the corner that's like you're you know, could be, but
yeah,
when you feel everything, right? It's
lady.
Yeah,
she's real sweet like that. Like you just know she's got your best interests in heart, and even if you don't talk you never see them. I know what you mean. Like,
Yeah.
just somebody sending you a signal and you get to interpret it.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's that thing of just it's past the, like, once I pass the matrixy, like, what am I doing here? And certain things. And I really like analyze, like, how does my body feel? Like, dude, my I lay down to go to bed to stop making noise so Lily Rose can have her smooth sleep with not, what am I doing? Because just
Like baby sleep.
and it yeah. The serenity of, it's an in-between. It's not just the gratitude, right? Of when you just feel safe. Because one of the things I ask people when they say, like, blah, 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 I'm sorry, when somebody's saying certain situations, when somebody tells you certain things, one of the things I ask is your body safe right now? Is your body safe right now? Like, yes or no? When you get the no, everything's not obvious. So be the person that asks the one question.
Yeah.
Because, guiding somebody towards somebody, or just being the one to hold space, to anchor somebody when they're, because they're so used to not being safe that they don't even realize it. Holding space for someone in those moments can be enough of an anchor so fast that the safety feeling of love gives the person to see what could have been right in front of them the whole time.
Yeah.
To allow themselves to accept the opportunity of, like, yeah, I'm supposed to go back to my mom's, but I'm so fucking stubborn, I won't. And yeah, that's the timeline. That's just like whatever. Or it's so, multi-layered, but I think one of the biggest things, going and without impeding free will and going into things, is just that thing of knowing not everybody's even really safe right now. And yucky, right? And it's good. We're all where we're meant to be and da-da-da. But we're also here to, like, so.
Like, because, like you mentioned, like, not everybody's safe right now. But it would take a complete and total unison of the people to, like, we would
It's
all.
so easy for it to get it to end. It's all about the judgment and the stuff, the sharing, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not even talking on a global scale of government and all that stuff, right? Here down the road is like a certain place, like, there's an empty school. An empty school. I'm going to repeat the words, empty school. And the thought thrown around was, thank you.
That's for sure.
And the talk was homeless shelter. Like, boom. Like, complete places that have places for everything. And the community doesn't want that, right? So right away, I'm sorry, I'm in Canada. There's empty buildings everywhere all the time. I don't care where you go. I tend to be in a town. They film movies here, so it's really hard to find places. But outskirty, small places, there's motels that are, like, completely vacant. So just, like, sick of, they just can't even do it, that they don't do it. So it's still there. They're living in it, and nobody wants it from their family. Nobody's going to buy it for a certain price. Like, there's so many. When I knew I wanted my restaurant, I didn't even want a restaurant. But the day I saw the restaurant that was already there, and everybody would say, you should get that. No, I'm not buying a fucking restaurant. That day that it lit up, this place is mine. Yeah. But in 4 months, I was operational with everything to open, inventory, menus, everything. Still working the job I had. and the flow. One person said, no, okay, motherfucker, I'm going somewhere else. Was there some tears inside? Yeah, because I was multitasking, being a mom, doing in a community where, when we, because the foundations of trust have to be laid first. That's still not done on like a lot of levels for certain things, right? Complete alignment with settings if, masculine and feminine can't get along.
So it's just too soon?
Right now, to a certain point, like to be the way showers of being the, making those places. Like completely, like always aligned, that's fine. But we're talking a certain mastery level of self where, you're always the neutral observer because you can't make chaos again. You know what I mean?
Right, to repeat these old cycles.
So that's why the whole, like, just, we're in different times. Step up to what's for us. That's it. Flow. That's where we're at. Like, the work is, it's a matter of allowing. I see it happening so fast. And if I'm fucking naive again and there's another fucking certain amount of ride of this shit, I don't know if I'm on board. Like, I'm sick of it. Sick of it. I don't like, saying that things are going to happen. Of light workers or light showers saying things like years ahead of time in a certain way that it wasn't going to be starting to show the stories, make the things, then like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it almost sounds a little.
I say must come true, and I see them coming true so fast that in spring there's certain things that, but for multiple people, right? The openings of bloomings of so many people right now.
Right, all doing their people things.
Yeah. She said it the other day. I don't remember her words, but like basically, like it has to go. Like the ship must come in, and it's not about like to manifest the story of the ship and those things because there's so many. The fact of life.
Hey, love ball.
When you do one more thing, right? It's awesome. Yeah. Even just us. And you and Elf doing the stuff. That's just, it's a lot, right?
It feels good though,
Yeah.
It's knowing that other people are out there, and even though we're not like making money on YouTube and YouTube isn't like a huge thing, like, but we still put our time and we put our energy into it. And not for the thumbs up.
This effort is the foof, right?
Yeah.
It's walking the walk of real. It's not about the abundance part. It's really the gathering and the momentum of it all. And I say that about doing years. I don't mean that in a way. I just mean in that way. In 20, every 10 years, and you can, that thing that you can flip back to somebody's, history of an article and it be the what we just are going through ascension wise, it's the eternal curate and the nights ends at some like eon.
Yeah, but it's like, there must be a section of the spiritual becoming visible to everyone, and like the like not us personally, but people pretend that they believe because that's all the hope that they can muster. But once something like visibly is obvious to them and they can no longer deny that, you can't see something.
Yeah.
So that's what's gonna, I think that's what it's gonna take. It's gonna be like an obvious sign, and maybe it will come through us. They'll look at each other, everyone will look at each other, and they'll see that there's something different about us. You know, we don't want to be mean to each other, and then we'll actually wonder why we were mean, you know?
But that's the thing is what I think. So I see higher selves in everyone, and the you know the wounded child. So if somebody's in wounds, and like today, I don't know how to explain. It's really easy to look at somebody and say, "Oh my gosh, your eyes," and just whatever the thing is, but to empower somebody to actually look at themselves. Do you know, I told a lady once, like, your eyes are so amazing. Like, it's like the words, and she was just like, what? She's like, nobody's noticed my eyes in so long. Like, somebody said stuff to me, but not like that. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm so freaking sorry that people don't even take the time, because your eyes are like the universe thing, like those things. And she's looking at me, and I was like, and you're looking at me thinking, but I'm having the worst day ever. I don't even want to be here. And she's like, yeah, I don't. And I was like, I know, but the beauty in your eyes, like, look at, you know, and it's when someone's ready, they do. And that's the thing with certain people. It's not that I know them, it's that we run into each other every 4 to 6 months, so I can see the in the eyes of, you know, the certain things that have been based in certain things. It's beautiful. It really is. And the thing about, like, when someone's an ego, their eyes are so different. That thing of how
It's almost like
you
a
can
blurriness.
someone love them, but be scared shitless when they look at you. I used to tell my ex, like, dude, I can't even tell if you hate me right now. Like, everything's just so, like, blood. I can't even tell if you hate me. Like, why are you looking at me like that? Because he's no idea what to say. He's like fucking drunk out of his mind half the time too. And he's looking at me and he's like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm so full of love for you right now. Okay. You know, like, but meanwhile, he's like, oh, whiskey. It is ego, the stuff, the fear of me as a feminine. He was afraid of me half the time, right? That power of me, you know, diminish. I'm not saying that in a bad or victimy way. I'm saying in that, like, how powerful an ego is to change people's auras and energies and make us come forward. Yeah.
Right. It's interesting because when people get into relationships to blend with other people, but if that person is not treating you like well because they don't treat themselves well, like how can you even hold them accountable for that behavior when you're far more wise than they are on the topic, you know?
But that's the thing. You can be in full I know myself mode and timelines.
Power on. Bluetooth mode.
That's it, you know? Me saying there's no way for any
Device paired.
That's my life. Little contracts that can't be bypassed, right? when you're, I don't know.
I'm trying to
You're
fix
on a
the
certain
sound.
path, and the ripple effect of intergenerational path in order to stop certain ripple effect patterns. It can't be perpetuated when they've been looked at and examined at a certain generation. Whether the ancestors, the grandparents, parents, and do when certain things are stopped patterns, and the accountability of it changes the DNA of those people when they are and work they've done on themselves, right? So, and then the subsequent work with the family, like.
Right, and then
So,
that is a beautiful thing.
Sometimes you're playing out certain timelines, whether somebody just, you can be ensued in so much chaos of having to be in something that, that's it, right?
Genevieve, see the chat?
I haven't looked at it. I have not looked at it at all. I love all. The sound.
I tried a new audio source.
I like being useful. It's nice to have not the glasses and to be looking at comments and just, yeah. I gotta grab another coffee though and just move a little bit because I don't know how long we've been on, but my feet say I just gotta.
Well, I'm gonna end because the sound is messed up. But if you want, we can give it another try for maybe another 20 minutes or so.
Do you want to just pull
card?
Sure.
Yeah, pull if you want to pull a card.
What? You want to pull it?
Yeah, please. Lily Rose in the house. Nice. What cards are those?
Oh, I'm just going to put the other cards away from earlier. The kids. That, Mom. Yeah. If you want to start it over again, Nicholas, I'm good. For a while, it's nice being with you. It's up to you.
Yeah, well, let's do the card, and then I'll figure out the sound thing. I don't know why it's doing that. It didn't do it yesterday. And then we can live stream so we get more people to know about it.
You guys are talking about that.
Boom. She pulled the cat.
No
That's
way.
What we started talking at the beginning when we were together.
That's how we opened it.
13. Claim your independence. Cat spirit. That's awesome.
Lucky 13 there too. Good old 4.
There's a cat thing right here.
You want to swat and play. Meow.
I have something right. I know.
Oh gosh, here it comes. Don't put that near my nose, I'll sneeze.
Meow, 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 meow. It did do it yesterday, Elf? Elf said it was buffering like that yesterday too.
Oh well. When it uploads, it just flows in and cuts off words. That's okay.
It changes the whole conversation.
Did you hear what they were talking about? Oh my gosh.
Call the police.
Yeah, it's like it's something backwards, but instead just like oh man.
Asmussen.
Yeah. Then like 2.5 speed.
Oh.
Oh man. I wonder if I could live stream that way. I never tried.
Maybe.
Is my voice to chipmunk speed in the live stream?
Double speed?
Yeah. Like it is.
It's like, how fast can you read?
Pardon?
The closed captioning.
Oh yeah, I guess that appears fast too. I never thought of it. Right on. I'm gonna grab a goddess card too before then.
Cool.
Mind. Launch.
Are you guys almost?
Well, if that's happening with the sound, could it be the iPad maybe? I wonder. How about now? Can you guys hear better? The iPad on a stand. It could be the stand that was messing it up.
Ooh, where the mic is at the bottom. Or just the bottom.
Yeah, it was covering the bottom. The microphone is probably on the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a bad audio experience. But good conversation. Had fun.
Oh.
It's always good.
Sophia. I love it. Oh, wow. 47, Sophia, Divine Wisdom.
Divine wisdom. Thank you. I could use some of that.
Yeah. Look at the colors, too, eh? I like when it does that. Just that orangey type of...
13 and 47. Is that what those two are?
Yeah.
What is that,
Yeah.
60?
47.
Oh, your video just turned into you as like an angel cloud. You were like you were an angel cloud for a second.
You're not doing anything?
No, not yet. I don't want to flip everything. What deck do you want, Lilo?
Animal deck again.
Well, he wants to pull the third.
Second.
Well, the third with this. 1, 2, 3. Cat and Sophia.
What?
She wants to pull another animal one. So.
Oh, porcupine. Porcupine. Or skunk.
Sandpiper again. I swear, that's Piper.
It's not migrating. Sandpiper again?
Yeah.
51.
And look, when I put him right there, I don't know if you can see it good, but like the 3 flow, like a knot, right? Yeah, Sandpiper, be playful. 51, 5 and 1 is 6.
I love that little bird.
I'm so sick of his frick ass.
He's like,
seriously.
What's the
Not in a
message?
bad way, just like
Bird brings.
be playful.
Well, maybe.
And I tell him, okay, but some stuff sometimes just isn't makes for myself, right? And that's me, not the bird's fault.
Maybe the sandpiper is telling you to act like a cat.
Ooh, damn! You got that Michelle Pfeiffer energy now. Oh, this generation's gotta have like another like Catwoman. So,
Right. Well,
like,
they had to have.
See, I forgot about that. You're right.
That was a good one too,
right.
because the way they treated her was real bad in the beginning. It's about revenge.
Dude, props to him. John Wick 3. Boom.
Oh wow! Look at that.
I gotta find a John Wick thing somehow. Come on, Sophia,
Wow.
John Wick 3. I'm Catwoman. Go figure. Oh well, my cat suit is made out of jean material. It's more like a Charlie's Angels type but I've gotta have one, right?
Lily
no tail,
Rose
like
is so funny.
Not last year, but last year's Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I
She
used
still has her tail on her
I
sweater.
used and the tail's still on it.
Go get your tail, honey.
Yeah.
Come show.
How did she even make that sound?
With water.
Oh. My puzzler was puzzled. We got Kelly, Ryan O'Brien, and Road Trip Eddie.
No way. I'm Road Trip Eddie. Hey, dudes. How are you? You got the cat? Cat came back? Oh, honey. Sophia. No wonder Kelly, Ryan O'Brien came in.
Yes.
Sophia. And here he comes, the sandpiper.
Be playful. Act like a cat. That's why we were talking about Catwoman. You gotta play and get a litter box. No.
I do have one.
No, I was joking. Sophia's definitely saying no.
Box just to get beach sand. Have beach sand all year, and okay, that's really not. I don't like stuff on my face. Seriously, if I wanted a face mask, I'd have one on.
Get one that has little cat dangly.
Ooh, yeah. Oh my god, that's what I should do, eh? Get one of those, like, I should bead a mask.
Why don't you get like a housing screen? And like you could have a face screen.
That's a bubble around my head, but that's so frowned upon.
Yeah, well,
like, that's supposed to
around with dinosaur costumes. Did you see the T-Rex, the inflatable one you could wear?
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You could hide inside of it.
Known for wearing that.
We got Sack O Benz. You ever heard of that name? Me either. What? Welcome, Sack O Benz.
Cat Vibe called me in, says Road Trip Eddie. Oh yeah, no kidding me.
My play in the playground sandboxes, so
Me too.
like what?
There's rocks in there.
No wonder why I wouldn't dig in them.
I don't know. I'm not really offended by poo so much. Like, I mean, everybody does it. So technically, it's not so taboo if people want to make it. And same with animals and nature, right? There's a sacredness to being in the trail. First of all, it tells you what's around you. Second of all, it's just...
I've been in a trail and I found a snake before. I almost stepped on it.
A few years ago, I would definitely say that I...
Oh.
Yeah, what does that say?
I stepped in dog too.
It's like, whoa! Why did that person crap on that log?
Even this are your spirit animal. That's why you stepped in the poo.
Oh, come on.
Animal.
All these years I didn't know, and you tell me that now? I would have embraced people a lot.
Dude, I've been shit on by so many people, like literally.
G phrase 1099.
I've never been in, you know what I mean? So.
Look, that it will make more sense.
Don't eat shit right now.
I'm kidding.
I spelled it wrong. I'll do
I would
it.
love to be helmet Alpha Spell. I wish I had a welding helmet right now. So
That would be a good one to wear.
Yeah. I think that would be like...
That helmet.
I swear to gosh, I should really go get myself a welding helmet and then like... Yeah, that would be awesome. Face shield, right?
Oh no, I sent the wrong comment and like autocorrect. What did autocorrect do?
Autocorrect.
Look, you have no Haida.
Exactly. In India, it's only good luck to stuff with cow poo with your left foot.
Oh, road trip Eddie, have fun with Jimmy.
Right on.
Yes. Be safe out
Riders
there.
on the storm.
Riders on the storm. Let me send Eddie some. Smack him. Smack him with some hearts.
Oh, there's Lily Rose. I know.
I looked at the time. We've been on for 55. Riders on the storm. Oh, Michelle Barrette. I wonder who that could be. I wonder. Yes, so I don't know. I've just been relaxing, really. You know, trying to stay positive, keeping a good attitude. If I don't feel good, I try reason to feel better. So
yeah. I asked, like, what's like around you where you are. I don't know. Like, I scope out like where people are at energetically. Like when I do go out, and I find like today people to go into the grocery store, which doesn't really happen a lot, but they're limiting and counting, which is fine, whatever. And the guy said something nice to the lady. He said, just a minute, right? And isn't it nice how you have no choice to not be in a hurry right now? And he looked at me and he's like, yeah, that is. And, you know, and he was called to go in, and I don't at Christmas time at all. It's so slow right now, people. And he just kind of was laughing as he's, you know, we're all doing our stuff. But just, yeah, you have no choice but to be slower. And just that is a frequency change of the collective. Perspective, not judging anything and thinking of masks or anything. Think of the pace around you, and you know, if that's already big, to slow down a collective so that stores can't go fast. You can't. There's nobody going fast.
yeah, they even did the one way.
I've never been right now where there's people each other. Nobody ever. It never happened. And I don't see it as, I see this as the most bitch slap of the universe, telling people, like, it's really nice to not be bumped into, to be fake. You know, if you think about it, like, it's so nice. So, yeah, I don't even see it as boundaries 6 feet apart. I don't see it as boundaries 6 feet apart. I see it as the ultimate. Could you be careful? Could you take your time?
Yeah.
You know, like, on that level. Told I can't do something, I feel like I'm just told, like, to choose where I need to go for real. Not run around everywhere like a chicken with my head cut off, filling out my time, which I never did. Right? If you were a time filler, can't stand being at home, can't stand anything, then this is bothering you big time.
For sure.
So, no different things.
Yeah, one thing.
The ultimate year off in certain levels of really knowing where you want to put your energy, and then you who you want to be with, like, you just do certain things, you make it happen. If you realize you love somebody across the country and certain things, you're doing it, because what's the point in staying here? Can't do anything here. There's no life here. There's no future. It's just the potential of awesome.
And something to say.
Oh,
You got that right, love ball.
Okay. So when we went to Dollarama, I bought this little canvas. I
He's like, oh my God, these are so big. Do you want one? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh, I do. And I grabbed this one, and then she grabbed.
I like the small one.
I don't like it. Doing big canvases.
I dream of me. Oh, someday we're gonna have one of those.
What about just a wall?
Oh, I've done walls.
I've never painted on a canvas.
Yeah?
That would be fun.
You painted on a canvas?
Not once.
I've never painted on a canvas.
Huh?
She's got someone like a baby.
Yeah, a lot of
Like,
people do that.
Yeah, as soon as she had she's not that kind of, it's a whole other level of, crystal children and certain types. Some are really, like they need the attention. They're going to be like into everything and like all the time. Whereas Lily Rose is like the complete opposite. She never cried. That's it. As
Well,
long as everything was smooth. And other people that are in our life just a little bit, I don't know what to say. If the frequency wasn't there, that's not how she acts when you're not here, when we're not together. So that because she doesn't. So she started painting like 4, 5, 6 months old, where it's just whatever. And I started with, stuff that she could put in her mouth.
yeah.
There's things that you make, right? That is paint, that sticks, but
Yeah.
So many things. But yeah, so her painting is cool.
I've never painted.
To play with colors, to make a mess.
Yeah,
I've
that's
never
my.
painted on-
I want a special studio area. Where I could
Yeah.
just do whatever I want, make a mess, clean it
Yeah,
up.
really the table in the area for, like the way that adults, like it's a thing. It's like just put paint together, and there's so many different techniques and styles.
I used to make paint water.
It's so fun, right? It's going back to childhood of like just free flow and like lots.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, for sure. And it's a good thing to teach people who never
Yeah.
because then they can get in touch with their inner child from a place of adult understanding.
But that's the thing. If you never got the chance to do it as a child, you never did those things, it's not a childlike to just not try to paint anything. People are so hard on themselves. They want to draw, like they want to be like doing a Mona Lisa or drawing a dinosaur that looks like a dinosaur. If you're meant to do it, you will at some point, but until then, can't you just put your hand and then like this, and then like that. And you know what? Everything we do is some sort of light language and having code myths for other people. That's it. That's why art, since forever, some that doesn't resonate with people. One person's work of art that stimulates them and empowers them to become an artist, to do things, to sing a song, to go like somebody to be married because they heard the perfect song and it's time. I never want to look at that. Like, that's why when everyone allows their stuff to flow to words, not judging what you don't like, go to words what you like.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's duality at its core. That's the core of duality. That's the basis of.
It's just a cheap one, eh? There's no strength to it at all.
It'll be in half.
The map on top is probably more quality than the actual.
It'll last forever. We got Jay Batson.
Hey, Jay. Not really looking at the comments without even looking, so just resting the eyes and looking at stuff, and nice. Yeah. That's like Goldilocks, Big Bear, and Little Bear. Big Bear, Little Bear. I wish you wouldn't do that there. Right?
Yeah, for anyone that's new, yeah, but
Hi, Miss Ocean Eyes.
You're farting everywhere. I hope everybody hears you farting.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey. Little farts here and there. Hello, everyone. Miss Ocean Eyes says hello.
Yeah? Yeah.
So I find, what's a good way to close up the evening?
Monkeys.
That's weird that came up again. A Planet of the Apes thing started playing by itself today on my iPad. So, yeah, monkeys.
Wow.
That's it, guys.
However, anybody participates with monkeys, we'll
That's
leave it
it.
at that. Everybody's got.
I just,
Maybe it's a peanut.
I
Peanut
just,
Monday on here, not. I don't know how to pick monkey.
well, welcome this evening. Monkeys is the word. I don't know how it's gonna affect you. Elf herself wants a card pull. Can you pull Elf a card before we go? It says Lady G. Can you pull me a card?
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm Jay Batson's girlfriend. I love it. Welcome.
Monkeys.
Monkeys, yes. Elf herself.
Yes. I'm gonna give some hearts to Elf and Miss Ocean Eyes. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, do all that stuff, you know? Because YouTube, they promote so many subscribers.
You know what? I think it's about the quality of the quality of
Wait, oh, the other cat do it?
What's, oh, you got number one. It's the beginning.
Yeah.
One.
It's the beginning.
The Celtic goddess. I don't know how to say that really well. I'm a AI.
Ain.
Yeah.
Anne? It's pretty.
Yeah.
However,
Adaptability.
Siri might know how easy it is, guys. And thanks for tuning in.
You too.
Nicholastranscends every day. So does Genevieve. And so does Lily Rose. Cat. Whoever the cat is, I'm pointing at him.
You are. He's exactly right there.
Yep. And then everybody else, beautiful people, you transcend also. Don't forget. And don't give up. And I look forward to your next live stream, Genevieve, just like every time.
Thanks for being a part of it.
Yeah, we should do this next time. We should do this with Elf in the screen next time. A little rectangle for Elf. And we can get all...
a trinity.
Right? And then you have a talking stick. Oh, I guess we lost a connection. So... that was a decent... Hold on. Let's fix. All right, that was a decent losing the connection before the goodbye was said, so I can feel satisfied with that. iPad not charged. Mine's at 3%, and I am signing off. Good night.